Speed's what we need. We need.
Yo, man, what's good? Thanks for mobbing us with us once again. Of course, this is the Ramblin Mob podcast. Of course, we're gonna talk about all kinds of things, man. Last week we had our first guest, and we're back to back, man. Back to back shows. We got our second guest here. Of course, you already know me. My name's David.
Yes, sir. And this is Brian.
Of course, Mr. All Rounds Boxing.
Yes, sir.
And we got a special guest, man. Let's go ahead and get him introduced.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I want to thank y'all for having me. My name is Benjamin.
No problem.
Yeah, Benjamin Gurment from Fort Worth, Texas. A professional boxer, 3-0, 2 knockouts. So,
Yeah, tell us the gym that you fight out of.
Yeah, so I fight out of Ep.5 right here in Fort Worth, West Fort Worth, so White Settlement area. So.
Right down the street.
Oh yeah, right down the street.
All right, man. So you said 3-0. What got you into boxing? What made you start wanting to box? How long have you been boxing?
Actually I'm a late bloomer. I started at 15, 16-ish. I had a cousin who was boxing, and I have my close friend Kiko. We all were like, hey, let's go to the gym and get in it.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one who stuck with it. So, I've been boxing since it was about 2009.
Okay.
But I took a little break whenever I went to the military, so I did about 4 years in the service.
Okay.
Didn't do no boxing at all. Got out in March, 1st of April, I was in a gym. So
was FHG was the first one you joined, or was it a different one?
No. So actually, when I came home from the service, I started at a gym called The Hill Boxing. It was right there in Diamond Hill, North Fort Worth.
The Hill.
So I was there for a few years. So about 2.5 years, I was with Coach Jose Castillo, who's a good friend of mine still. And then what a lot of people don't know is Coach Ray from my head coach right now. He's actually my cousin, or we're related.
I always wondered how it was, because he always says family or whatever. I wonder how they relate.
He's married in. My cousin is his wife, so he would always be like, hey, come see me. Finally I did. It was 2017. I went to go finally see him. And we've
haven't left since.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that gym, man.
Oh, yeah.
I go there for training with Tony. I go there. I mean, I see you in there, Eddie in there, all y'all guys. Y'all show me love, so, I appreciate that. Y'all started following the page and everything.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So I really appreciate that.
Just for the people who are listening, who do listen to this podcast, who's Tony?
Tony Lopez. He's a professional boxer as well, out of FHG as well. So you've been boxing, you said, since the age of 15?
Yes, 15, 16, it was around there.
When'd you turn pro? Back up, how many amateur fights did you have?
Actually, that's funny, because like I said, I've been boxing since 2009. I only have 15 amateur fights.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I was fighting once every 2 years or something, if you do the math like that,
Man.
so...
So how old are you?
I'll be 29 next month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so July 16th, I'll be turning 29.
Okay.
Yeah, so 15 amateur fights, and it's split, I think 8 and 7, I want to say. I would turn pro in 2019.
Okay.
June of 2019, I turned pro. I fought here in Fort Worth, and my first pro fight, I got the knockout in the second round.
Okay. Do you always go for the knockout, or do you just see if you could get it?
No, I see if I can get it. I don't go in thinking I'm gonna get the knockout, but once I see it, once I see the opening, I'm definitely taking it.
Yeah. And then your last fight was what was it, May
20th?
20th,
21st, something like that. Yeah, 20th. 20.
Yeah. And you won that. Did it go all rounds, or did you?
Yeah, no, we definitely went the distance. That fight, it was a tough fight, and it was a last-minute fight, which was crazy. We had a couple guys back out on us, and it was kind of frustrating. It was kind of, getting to me. And we had a guy, Daniel Bailey. He was on the card scheduled to fight with somebody else, and they ended up having to scratch that. To have him fight me, and it was a tough fight. We went the distance. I definitely wanted the knockout. But he was a tough dude.
Yeah. Well, see, what's crazy about that is I actually body sparred him before.
Oh yeah.
Me and Tony put me in there with him. I was like, dog, like, come on now. I mean, cause he's a southpaw. And
Yeah. Yep.
Every time Tony's training me, like, he doesn't go into southpaw or anything like that until like the last round. So I'm not really used to it.
Yep.
But I mean, shit, he's pretty good.
Yeah. He's a pretty good, soft, tough, solid dude. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's a big 140, and I definitely see that night, you know what I mean? Because he was definitely taking some big shots.
Yeah, and so he still fights out of the gym, right? Or does he?
Yeah. No, he's still with it. You know, he's still.
Yeah, because I didn't know how that worked because I seen what's his name? I don't remember, but he goes with Coach Ray sometimes whenever they go out to.
Oh yeah. Nate, Big Nate.
Yeah, no.
Steven?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Coach Steven. Yeah.
I seen that he was in his corner. I was like, man, and he looks familiar. I was like, damn, they fight out the same gym.
We kind of fight out the same gym, you know, which it made it kind of difficult, kind of put a little bit, I would say, different pressure on it, you know what I mean? So, but it was definitely good, you know, and I appreciate him for taking the fight. Yeah,
for sure. And you said you're in the 140 division?
Yeah, so I campaigned at 140.
Okay. Do you plan on moving up?
No, actually, I feel comfortable right here at 140. I plan to stay here as long as I can, you know what I mean?
That's good. What else? What are your future plans? Like, how many fights would you like to, get in before you, I guess, call it your last hoorah?
Hoorah, yeah. Yeah, I know. With me being 29 this year, it definitely has me thinking. But I feel great. As far as physique-wise, physical. I feel good mentally. But shit, I plan to keep fighting as much as I can.
Yeah, and you do the personal training as well too.
Yeah. So I do offer personal training as well.
Yeah. So if y'all ever need any personal training, hit up the homie Ben, and he'll get you right, get your hands right.
Yep. At Buck Del Rey on the Instagram, I got you.
Yeah, there you go. You can't fuck with me though. Not you. Anybody that's training with him, you can't fuck with me.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So you fight southpaw?
Yeah. I'm naturally a left-handed guy, and I fight southpaw.
Okay. And you said you are 29, and you do plan on fighting for as long as you can. But I mean, how many fights are they? I mean, you getting booked? I mean, I'm not really into the boxing or as far as like the works and how it works. But how many fights are you getting a year, or how many would you want to get a year, and things like this?
Yeah, so we started off pretty good. Like I said, I fought my first pro fight June of 2019. And I fought, and then I fought in October, and we were getting ready to fight in December, and then 2020, was just a rough year for everybody. Everyone.
Yeah, so 2020, I remember going to your fight at
Yep, when I fought in February in Southern Junction, I fought Jordan Jones.
Yeah. Which I think you won that fight.
You and 90% of the people there.
Yeah, you definitely won that fight. That motherfucker was thinking he won. He didn't win.
No, he definitely didn't win. That pressure. Once I turned it on and that pressure coming, these guys are on the back pedal.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so 2020 was a really slow year for us. But shit, we're back at it, and hopefully I can, we got some news coming soon, so I'll get another fight, and then staying active, maybe 3 more by the end of the year.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, so at least 4 or 5 a year,
So there is a fight in the works pretty soon? Or
we definitely have a fight in the works, I can't really say too much, but it's gonna be a big show, and it's gonna be nice.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. That's awesome. I got some personal questions. What do you get out of fighting, man? Like, what's the rush? Like, what makes you enjoy fighting?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Honestly, I grew up playing sports. I grew up in football. Messing around with my.
Are you from Fort Worth?
Yeah. I'm from Fort Worth, so I grew up in Diamond Hill, Fort Worth.
Oh, so you went to Diamond Hill?
Yeah. Is that the reason of your nickname?
Yeah. So with that one too, it goes way back. I represent Diamond Hill,
to the fullest.
To the fullest, yeah, you can say that. But, when I first was getting ready to turn pro, everybody has a name. Everybody has a name. And at the gym, everybody's like, man, we need to call you something, we need to call you something. Everybody was thinking of names for like a week or two. And then finally, Coach Ray was like, I got one, The Hill. And I'm like, yeah, that fits, because there's a picture of me when I was 8 years old. My older cousin put The Hill on my stomach like a tattoo.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I got family in Northside down here area, so
nice.
I completely understand how your upbringing was, so I know all about it.
Yeah, so That's just been the name since.
So, you going to Diamond Hill, man. Did you get a lot of fights over there in Diamond Hill?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's a tough, rough neighborhood. We grew up, everybody just messing around, street boxing and stuff.
Yeah,
so that kind of was what helped me get it. Yeah, jump started me. Like I said, me and my cousin were always messing around, and he got into the gym at the Diamond Hill Rec. They have a boxing center as well, so we all started there, and it's been going
so
good.
It's kind of like one of the things that kind of help you stay out of trouble. And
Exactly. I stayed in the gym and stayed off the streets, and
that happens to a lot of fighters, man.
It does. It's almost like. That's the story. Every story, almost the same story.
It's a good backstory, though.
Yeah, it really is.
Exactly.
Because it kind of shows you the struggle that you came in and your kind of background, your upbringing, and that's what's molding you into this fighter, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
That's real good, man. Well, do you have anything else to ask him?
Shit, I did have a question.
Never got it.
Well, what do you like training at this gym?
Man, honestly, everything. The morale there is just the camaraderie, I guess you could say. Everybody, we're all brothers. We're all there. We're all there for the same thing. We want to be the best and we want to make it, but we're all helping each other. Like I said, Brian said, we have a lot of great fighters. Tony Lopez, Edward Vasquez, John Vera, Clay Burns. We have a lot of. Our stable is pretty good.
That's the house of the pros.
Yeah, definitely. So, I would say the morale. It's just. You go into the gym,
You like picking up things and learning things from these pro fighters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some of these guys, have 20+ years in the game. As me, I got 10 years, and they're pulling stuff out of their arsenal that I'm like, dang, I'm definitely gonna take note of that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna borrow that. Yeah, exactly. So it's been really well. Like I said, since 2017, I don't plan on leaving this gym,
Yeah, I hear you, man. And plus, it's a good workout. Staying
staying fit.
It's a hell of a fucking workout.
Yeah. They're intense. 6 days. We're in the gym 6 days a week.
See, the thing is, I just need to cut down
diet.
Food. That's the hard part. I could do boxing all day. I mean, shit, I love boxing, but the eating part.
It's hard for me too. I'll sit there and eat a burger or pizza. I'm like, dang.
Just thinking about it every bite, like, this is bad.
Like, dang, that's another mile.
Absolutely, man. Man, I lift weights a little bit. I do cardio and everything else. Man. I don't know.
That's how you lose weight, though, is by doing the weight.
Yeah, exactly. But it clearly ain't working for me. I ain't lifting enough. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm glad to have you on the show.
For sure. We will keep y'all updated on his fight as well. Support him.
Absolutely. Follow our page. We'll go ahead and put out everything else out.
Follow his page as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Yep.
But man, we're gonna go ahead and get started, man. Go right into this episode, and of course, man, because of boxing, like I said last week, or the week before, every week since, I always want to start off talking about boxing, just a little bit about boxing because my man all around boxing here, So we're gonna try to keep boxing pretty much heavy in the beginning of each episode, and of course we're gonna start off with I want to say, I guess we'll go with the one that ended quick.
Round 4.
Yes.
In round 4 on Showtime, Donaire.
Nonito Donaire, man.
And I said he was gonna win.
You did. I swore I thought you said it was a knockout, but I guess I was wrong.
I could have said it. Who knows?
But he was fighting Ubali. I forgot his first name, but I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. But Nonito Donaire, man, again, I remember watching him growing up and
cold motherfucker.
Seeing him,
that dude, you can never count him out.
Yeah, he was like the next Pacquiao coming up, man. He was a nightmare. He finally gets his redemption, man, from being knocked out a while back, and pretty much climbing his way all the way back to the top. He finally gets a belt back into his hands. I think it was a fourth round.
Yeah, fourth round knockout. I think he knocked him down in the 3rd round, like towards the end of the round, right?
Yeah, I want to say so. Yeah.
And then the 4th round is whenever he fucking finished him
off. He just finished him off. Well, man, man, I mean, shout outs to Donaire, man. I mean, like I said, I remember watching him growing up, and he's a great fighter.
Yeah.
I mean, he is getting up there in age, so who knows what's next in line for him. But I'm excited.
I think with the whole age thing, I don't think it matters how old you are, because as long as you're
productive.
Eat, sleep, and breathe boxing, like, it doesn't matter how old you are. Yeah, of course your age will somewhat affect you, but if that's all you're doing constantly every single day, I think no matter what, whoever's put in front of you, you will still give a good test, no matter who it is.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because he has the title now. So
Yeah.
now he's going to have people kind of going after him
Yep.
For that, or winning that belt, especially getting a chance to, fight a legend like Donaire.
Yeah,
I think
for
it'll be good for anybody's, resume.
Mm-hmm.
But going right into it, man. 22 years old versus 35-year-old. Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares. And Devin Haney, he's now 26-0 with 15 KOs. And Linares is 47-6 with 29 KOs. Of course, man, that was a great fight.
Hell of a fight.
Hell of a fight.
And I was wrong on that because I said it was going to be a boring fight, but Haney was going to win.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because we were talking about the whole age thing on the last episode and how some fighters, what do you think about Linares, man? He came out. Did he prove you wrong? Did he kind of get you to where you kind of were surprised on his performance?
I wasn't surprised. I mean, I expected that from Linares. It's just his age or anything didn't surprise me. Haney doesn't have enough power, is my thing.
Yep.
If he would have been in there with like a Teofimo Lopez or a fucking Ryan Garcia, I think they would have knocked him out.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Okay.
And of course, Tank Davis, but Tank's fucking jumping around that weight class. He's not fighting anybody in that specific weight class for whatever reason, which is beyond crazy to me. But his age being however old you said, how old did you say he was?
Who, Linares? 35.
Yeah. I mean, 35. Like I said, I don't think.
It's not really old. I mean, it's not too old.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's how old you are, right?
but I'll probably get my ass whooped by Linares. So.
Shit, you got your ass whooped by the punching bag whenever we were at the house.
I almost broke my wrist, bro.
Damn
That shit
it.
hurt like 2 weeks. I was drunk though. I guess. That's
Okay, we'll give you that.
but
We'll
still,
give you that
But yeah, man. So Ben, what did you think about that fight, man? Were you surprised? I know. Do you agree with kind of what Brian was kind of talking about?
Actually, going into it, I kind of wanted Linares to win. I was kind of wanted that upset. The underdog, because you can't count him out. Linares, because he's good. He's a two-time, three-time world champion.
Oh, yeah.
So I just thought he should have thrown more punches. The combinations that he worked throwing, they were landed. And we saw that. Especially in the 10th round. He threw the combination and stumbled him.
Yeah.
And then fucking made him walk to the.
Yeah, exactly. and then got exported him to his corner. But I really wanted him to throw a little bit more punches and bunches. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Set those combinations up. Devin Haney did really well with setting up everything with the jab. He jab upstairs and jab to the body.
Yeah.
And he did really well with keeping Linares out. But I just felt like Linares should have definitely applied a little bit more pressure.
Yeah, I think he should have applied the same amount of pressure whenever he was fighting Lomachenko. If he would have did that, then it would have been. I think it probably could have been a different outcome.
Yeah, definitely.
Just because, like I said, Devin Haney doesn't have enough power, in my opinion.
No, yeah, because Linares kind of just basically stood there and walked right through those punches. Devin Haney threw some big punches.
And then in round 11, it pissed me off. I mean, I know it's part of boxing, but this motherfucker, Devin Haney, was literally hugging the entire round.
Yes, no, yeah, for the whole 3 minutes. And there was literally one point when the ref broke him, and all of a sudden he just stepped in with a hug. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that.
you as a boxer, if somebody does that to you, like, do you get frustrated to where you're like, God damn, get the fuck off me? And then do you let your anger get the best of you to where you want to knock him out just so you can be like, yo, get the fuck off me?
Yeah, definitely. Especially, let's go back to my last fight of 2020. When I fought Jordan Jones, I felt like he was grabbing a lot. He
was.
And he kind of, it was frustrating at one point. I got mad and I tried to go for the knockout.
Yeah.
I
think you stumbled him. I think I remember you stumbled him.
Oh yeah. And I definitely know he felt the power. But whenever a fighter is grabbing like that, it does frustrate you, but you just got to keep your composure and just wait on it. That punch is gonna happen, and I just think Linares waited a little bit too much.
Yeah, for sure. But like I said, it was a hell of a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Majority of the rounds definitely did go to Haney.
Oh yeah. He controlled. I would say he controlled the majority, 7-8 rounds.
Yeah, for sure. I seen somebody. I think somebody said that it was a robbery. I was like, man, y'all motherfuckers don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Devin Haney was boxing beautiful the first.
Yeah, for sure. He was boxing flawless. I mean, he was great, but Where do you see him? I guess in the 4 top guys, you got Teofimo Lopez, Tank, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney.
Honestly, I would see him number 4. I would go with what you had. Teofimo Lopez. I might put Ryan Garcia in front of
Tank.
Loma. No, in front of Loma right now.
Well, see, I didn't name Loma because.
Oh yeah,
he's
So okay, yeah. So we got Teofimo Lopez. I would go Tank and then Ryan Garcia, then Devin Haney.
Yeah. See, and the thing with that is, I want to put Tank below Ryan just because he's not fighting anybody in the 135 division.
And that's his division that he campaigns in.
Exactly. But he's literally jumping from. He fought Santa Cruz at 127, or was it at 130?
No, they fought at 130 for the 130 and 135 belt.
Okay, so they fought at 130. And then now his next fight's at 140?
140 against Mario.
It's like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Exactly. I don't know. He's just trying to rush to be, multi-division world champ, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the way I named them: Teofimo, Tank, Ryan, and Devin. That's how I have it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I do think all those fights would. I mean, if all of them were to fight Devin, I think all of them would be great fights. I could see Teofimo knocking him out. I could see definitely Tank knocking him out. Ryan and him, it would be an interesting match, but I think if Ryan connects right, then Ryan will.
Yep. Exactly. Especially with that lead check hook, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
With the boxing schedule coming up, who do you think is more logical for Devin Haney to fight? Now that he is the WBC title holder, so.
I would want to see him fight Teofimo just for all the belts. But I don't think that'll happen just because it's a future fight.
Yeah, a future big fight, you know what I mean? They're definitely going to try to save that one.
But see, that's the thing with everybody in that division. Everybody's a future big fight, which is stupid to me because it's like, you got all these people that are building up. Why not fucking go ahead and let them have it? Or have a little mini tournament or something. Go ahead and throw Lomachenko in the mix as well again.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I don't think
Lomachenko would have to come down.
No, he'd have to go up.
Go up.
No, go up. Yeah.
Although I don't think he has any business at 135.
No, he needs to stay at 130.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely talented and great, but size, these guys are just these guys are big. These are some big 135s.
Fuck yeah, they are.
So yeah, 130 is where he needs to be.
Yeah.
With everything going on with y'all mentioned Ryan Garcia, everything that he's going through. When do you expect to see him back in this mix?
Well, the thing with that is, he put out a tweet saying on that night of the fight saying I would have slept you or some shit. But it's like, oh, you're going through fucking mental problems.
Oh, to Devin Haney?
Yeah.
Yeah, towards Devin Haney.
You're going through mental problems, but you're coming out talking shit like, dog, come on now. You look like a fucking idiot doing that shit.
Exactly. And I saw a video today of Devin Haney's dad talking about that. Like, dude, you're having all these issues, but now all of a sudden, you can knock out my son.
And what's crazy is Devin Haney was like, I'm not one to knock a person when they're down. Before his fight with Linares about Ryan Garcia, and then this shit comes out, it's like, come on, man, you're a fucking idiot for that. And I'm a fan of his.
Yeah, hell yeah.
With Ryan Garcia, man, with everything him coming out, him doing this body punch kind of, I don't know what you would call it,
challenge. The body punch challenge.
Yeah. I mean, and then of course him, seeing them sparring and training with the Logan Paul brothers.
We're gonna talk about that one.
We're gonna talk about it a little bit.
We're talking about boxers here.
I want to see. We have some fights that are coming up that could probably end these Paul brothers' reign.
No,
or
not the one with what's his name?
What, Woodley?
Yeah. Come on, son.
Man. Okay, is it a boxing fight?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, man. But see, okay. Again, Woodley got to punch. He has power. I don't know how well his boxing is.
Boxing and UFC are two.
Right, it is. I don't know how well his boxing is.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you how well his stand-up game is.
Yeah, I don't know how his stand-up game is. So I don't know, but I know if he lands, it could be a powerful punch. And of course, if you're a professional fighter, man, going against these guys who really, I don't want to say they're not made for it, but. Because they're obviously training and things like this, but they're not professionals. When it comes down to it, they're not years in. Putting all the grind in, fighting multiple times.
They got money, is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
The money is definitely.
If they were to call you up and be like, "Hey, we want you to fight Jake Paul," would you take it?
Nah.
You wouldn't take it?
Nah.
Not even for the money.
Not even for the money.
I don't know. I guess.
What if he's
I
like,
guess I need that. You know. Yeah. Exactly. If you can make me a millionaire overnight, yeah. But
would you like go in there and be like, "Motherfucker, I'm gonna teach you a lesson"?
yeah, exactly. I would definitely go in there and I'll box
school
his ass.
Yeah. and hopefully that's what happens with Mayweather.
That's what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
You know, okay, no, I'm a Mayweather fan, a huge Mayweather fan.
But hold on, before you go, have you seen like the rules of that?
No,
shit?
I didn't. I haven't seen it.
We ain't even going over it.
So is it what like a spar?
It's an exhibition.
It's an exhibition,
match. There's
Okay.
no referees. There's no declared winner.
No, there's no judges. Yeah.
No judges. No declared winner. There is knockouts allowed. It's like, come on, man. This is like another fucking Mike Tyson, Roy Jones shit.
See, but okay, I get it. Yeah, that was kind of that was kind of
so
boring.
if it goes to the scorecards, quote unquote. I mean, who are they going to announce that won? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, because if you watch the Tyson Jones thing, like you could clearly see that Tyson won that exhibition fight, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even Roy Jones, let's say, would agree. Who said that Tyson definitely won that fight.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that the Mayweather, I don't even know which one he's fighting. Jake, I guess.
Logan.
Logan. Okay. That's gonna be the money fight. That's just strictly for money and just that's.
It's
just,
for bragging
it's a show.
rights.
It's a show.
Yeah,
I don't even know if you call it bragging rights.
That's what they called the pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. But I think more of the Logan, was it Jake or Logan? I don't even. Who gives a shit? The Paul fight.
One of the Paul brothers.
Yeah.
One of the fucking idiots
fighting Tyrone Woodley, man. I think
Jake.
that's more of a actual fight. That you're gonna see more of, this is for, because I know Woodley actually came out and said this is for the fighting culture. This is for boxing. This is for MMA. We're trying to get him out of the game and not trying to have him left in here, kind of not really spitting on the game, but I get on the fight game, but
it is
like disgracing it, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think it is, and I'm not even a professional boxer. I just enjoy watching boxing, but it's to me it's a spit in the face of boxing just in general. The same thing with Mayweather taking this fight with
McGregor.
Starting off with McGregor,
Yeah.
but especially with this motherfucker, like, you're a fucking YouTuber. Like, me and you pretty much are YouTubers right now at this point. So
We just ain't got the money.
we ain't got the money. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? So
I
it's
get
just
you.
like, it's stupid. And then you got Pacquiao still risking his fucking his life, I guess you could say, against Earl Spence. In my opinion,
That's gonna be a great fight.
yeah, I mean that's gonna be a good fight, and I'll be there. But
I always got
That's
to
the
throw it out
plan.
there.
I'm planning on going out there as well.
yeah, we already got our flights and shit.
Oh heck yeah.
But in that instance, it's like I put Pacquiao above Mayweather just for him taking the fight, no matter the outcome. If he beats him, then obviously he has to be above Mayweather on everybody's list. Of course, it's not going to happen that way, but that's what I think. And I'm not talking about record-wise or anything, because I told you earlier over the phone, I don't care about sell-wise,
Right.
number-wise, or anything. Fuck
Right.
all that. Go throw that shit out the window. Look who Pacquiao's still fighting. He fought Keith Thurman last, beat him, and now he's fighting Earl Spence, a fucking dangerous fighter.
I mean,
dangerous fighter.
yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. I think. I mean, it's. I agree with you. I agree with Pacquiao still putting it out there, putting it on the line. I think he got robbed in the fights that he lost when he lost his title.
Against Jeff, whatever the fuck.
Jeff Horn?
Yeah.
Jeff Horn, he definitely got robbed on that. And I truly think that he beat. Oh my God, he's gonna. God, what's
Timothy Bradley.
Timothy Bradley. Oh my God, I don't know why I keep forgetting this dude's name. It's like his accolades and everything. I just can't remember this.
It's because he
guy's name.
talks a lot of shit on ESPN.
And he looks funny, man. He looks like a soft guy, bro. He looks like a soft guy. I don't know, but I think he won both of them fights, and that they.
Oh yeah, he did. I mean, he obviously won the second one, but
Yeah.
the first one he definitely won. But
I mean, I think he completely demolished Jeff Horn. I don't see how the judges would even think.
It's because it was in a.
It was in his hometown.
In
But still, like that's. And okay, then. Okay,
I think he was still fighting under Top Rank at that time too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and
Bob Arum was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah,
man.
see, and that's probably and see that's another thing about as far as boxing goes, that's bad, man. I mean, some of these politics and boxing kind of hurt it, but just like in anything, MMA is the same way. Hell, we're watching it right now in the NBA playoffs, man. The refs are kind of ruining and
we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get on to that later. But these things that happen in these sports, man, and it kind of kills the I don't want to say culture, but it kind of kills. I guess it kills moments in the history of boxing, or in the fight game or whatever, and I think that's what kind of hurts Pacquiao because of them two losses. That's why a lot of people don't see him as one of the greatest fighters, which I think, as far as skill and technique wise, man, he was one of the greatest. And of course, I hate when everybody talks about the Marquez 4 when he gets knocked out. It's like, come on, man, you give a guy 4 chances to knock you out. Of course, he's gonna get one of them, man. And a lot of people's like, oh, I can't believe Pacquiao got knocked out like that. It's like, yeah,
that was a bad knockout.
But I mean, it was terrible. But like,
I wish I could get that much sleep.
Couldn't get that much sleep on a regular day.
But yeah, like I'm saying, you give a guy 4 chances to to fight, and I think he won all 3 of them fights, right? Before, I think he won all 3 against Marquez, and then he lost the last one with the knockout. I think that's what it was. I might be wrong, but it might be 2-1, it might be 3-0. Either way, Pacquiao really didn't need to give Marquez that 4th fight. And he did, and it hurt him. Yeah. But it goes to what you're saying. He's still in the grind. He's still out there. Boxing and fighting.
Top dogs.
Absolutely. So even though it's gonna hurt, that's what Pacquiao does because he's a fighter.
Yep.
Mayweather's absolutely a beast. He's a great defensive fighter. Back in the day, he was a great. I mean, he probably still is. I don't know his speed wise, but he was a great counter puncher. He could read. What you're gonna throw. He was that shoulder roll was probably one of the best technique fight boxing wise that anybody can do, and only he mastered it. Because of course you've seen proteges like Daddy, brush my hair, whatever the fuck his name is. Broner. You saw
Devin Haney tried to do it too.
Yeah, and nobody can actually do it like Mayweather. So
no, he definitely his ring IQ and that shoulder roll.
Yeah,
I mean that's him.
Yeah, it is, and I guess you can say, because he's not putting in all the work that true fighters or true fighting fans want to see him do it. Yeah, it kind of hurts his kind of legacy. And then of course taking these other fights, and clearly he said, I'll fight a YouTuber for money for easy 100 mil. Of course, why not? I mean, I get it. I get his motive behind it, but
I hope
it goes against his leg. It's a negative on his legacy. It's a notch on his legacy of him being a fighter, especially. And I'm glad it's an exhibition fight, and it's not one that's going to be able to go on to his record and things like this. So,
well, the McGregor one shouldn't have.
It shouldn't have either. No, it shouldn't have either. Absolutely not.
Well, this one wasn't either because I think it's only 8 rounds. 8 rounds, 3 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So this wouldn't.
But I mean, that's just. I mean, I get it. That's just my opinion as far as that. But I agree. I think Pacquiao, him still putting in the work. I think you have to,
tip your hat.
Give him that credit.
Yeah,
he deserves that credit.
Absolutely. And then of course he's gonna fight probably one of the I don't know. He's definitely gonna be top 3, top 4, maybe top 5 pound for pound fighters in the world right now in Errol Spence. Depending on what list you're looking at.
Depending on what list you're looking, because I think on the ESPN list they don't even have him in top 5.
That's nuts. I mean
they have Bud Crawford above him, which is, Crawford obviously has done his thing, but Crawford's not fighting anybody.
But who else do they got in that? Crawford, Canelo. Who else would you put in that top 5 pound for pound?
Out of right now?
Current fighters right now.
I'd put Tyson Fury up there for sure.
Yep. Tyson Fury definitely.
Josh Taylor now.
Okay, you'll put Tyson Fury for top pound for pound, just because there's nobody in that division that can take him, or is it because he's that great of a fighter?
I think he's that great of a fighter. I mean, for being that fucking big,
tall,
that
lanky,
big of a
just
dude,
looks
yeah.
like he's so uncoordinated.
but shit, he's not like.
No, he's not. Absolutely.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
his boxing IQ is,
It's
Yeah,
fucking
it's
great.
great. You know?
So, I mean, of course, man, we can keep going on in boxing. And I'm not even really that, knowledgeable in
We gonna
boxing.
get there.
Potential fight with Fury and Joshua, I think that's the fight.
If he beats Wilder in July,
Right,
July
right.
24th, maybe.
Remember what it was. I don't want to just flip through all my notes and shit.
Yeah.
Would that be is that the fight to I guess hope for
For the heavyweight, in the
division?
heavyweight,
Yeah, in the
yes.
heavyweight division, yeah.
Yes.
That's the fight. So it's definitely Joshua and Fury.
Well, I would say whoever has the belt at that point, because we need an undisputed heavyweight.
I mean, okay, and then again, let's say boxing politics, turns its ugly head again, and somehow Wilder ends up with the belt again. Is that still going to be the fight to make?
I think if Wilder wins, I think we need to see a fourth fight, because at that point it'll be 1-1.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Even if he knocks him out, that's just my opinion. Because it'll still be 1-1.
I mean,
because technically, if you look at the first fight, Tyson Fury beats shit out of Wilder on the first fight.
yeah, absolutely.
It should have went to him. I mean, the second fight, obviously, we seen what happened. We still have to hear about it.
Yeah,
We still have to hear about it from his fucking fans. They're like LeBron James fans.
We'll get into that later on. But I don't know, man. I think what kills me on the heavyweight division is Wilder, man. I mean, he's a great puncher and he has power, great power. He might even have, boxing IQ. But hold on. But I think his technique is absolute trash. Like, it doesn't really look like he really knows how to throw a solid punch.
He knows how to throw a solid punch.
No.
Just the one punch. Yeah.
That shit's thrown wild as hell. He comes from fucking Mars and tries to land this fucking haymaker of a hook.
He sets it up perfect. I will say that, because he's pawing his jab out there, and he's setting it up. I mean, he's seeing how.
But
far.
everybody knows. Okay, it's like this.
I know, so I know when to.
Absolutely. It's like. I mean, it's just like anything. It's like if you're a batter, going against a pitcher, and that guy's pitcher repertoire, and he's setting you up with the fastball to hit you with the fucking changeup. Of course, that changeup's coming. The thing is that changeup going to matter whenever he throws it? And that's the same thing with Wilder. He's going to keep setting up with that jab. The fucking hook's coming. It's going to come. But
he don't throw no hooks. He throws
what?
straight right.
Sometimes he's coming from looping with
it ain't a hook, dog. It's
whatever the fuck you
it's
call it. Fucking,
them street fights whenever they're swinging all the way. That's how that motherfucker be swinging.
He swings anyway.
Put his head down and that's how he swings.
Yeah, exactly. But it's coming, and the thing is when he lands it, it's a devastating punch.
Yeah.
And it can put the best of the best down. Well, maybe because
Tyson
Fury,
like the fucking Undertaker.
Yeah, he did. He fucking held.
I seen the fucking lightning strike down. I was like, God damn, this motherfucker's up.
But I mean, that I think I just think he kills the heavyweight division, and everybody hyping him up. I get it.
The heavyweight division is not really a good division.
It's really not.
There's really nobody. I think there's maybe 5 or 6 guys that are great. I mean, you got Dylan White that talks a lot of shit, but to me, he's not that great.
Right. I think isn't he like one of the smaller of the heavyweights too?
Like height wise?
Height wise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, him and Ruiz.
Right, Ruiz.
Ruiz looks like the kid from Up.
I see a lot of memes and shit talking about Ruiz, bro. It's so bad. How he has them little twig legs and he's just big old upper body. It's funny. It's hilarious. But yeah, I think that's what kills it for me on the heavyweight division, man. But I mean, I would love to see Fury and Joshua. I think that is the fight to make.
Yep. Hopefully we see it.
Hopefully we do, man. Hopefully we do. Well, I mean, I guess we can kind of end that boxing segment, man. Kind of going right into the next the next thing, man. What the whole episode 4 was hyped up to be.
Yeah, check out the shirt.
Yeah, and that's Bone Thugs and 3-6 Mafia, man. This, I'm gonna tell you, man. This is very hard for me.
Not
just
for me.
Well, I mean, as far as how to judge.
Well, hold on. Before you go, do you got top 5 from them? From either one?
Top 5? Yeah, I mean, I can give a top 5.
Off the top of each for each group or just one group?
Not for each group.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. So for Bone Thugs, the big one, first of the month.
That's what my number 1 was.
Yeah, first of the month. Look Into My Eyes, that one went hard.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The Art of War.
I remember that being on the Batman soundtrack.
Yeah, I did. I remember that too. Yeah.
I can't recall that.
That was Batman.
Batman.
Forever, right? No. It wasn't
Batman
Forever.
and Robin.
Yeah, it was
Batman and Robin. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's 2. Mo Murder went hard.
Hell yeah.
Mo Murder went hard.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Damn it. Now I'm going with brain freeze.
It's all good.
It'll come back to me. Yeah. It'll come back to me. 3-6, 3-6 for me, it's a hype group. They're definitely gonna get you pumped.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Obviously, Stay Fly, Popping My Collar. That was me in middle school jamming that shit.
It's crazy that you say that because both of them singles went quadruple platinum as a single.
Yeah. Popping My Collar. Yeah, that shit did go hard.
That shit did go hard, man.
Yeah, those did go hard. I don't like the version with the Project Pat though.
Oh, the Pop My Color?
Yeah.
That one, he kind of killed it. But I mean, that doesn't say nothing about Project Pat as a rapper.
Nah, exactly. Cause
he has multi hits like on 3 separate albums.
Let's see.
Number 3.
Number 3. Ooh, let's see. I just had it too on top of my head. Sipping on some syrup. Syrup goes hard, and they got some Texas rappers on there. So
I actually was watching a YouTube video about this because the comparison between Bone and 3-6 was very, very hard as far as how to judge them. But one guy said that was Pimp C. That was his Pimp C's favorite verse, or when he talks about. I ate so many shrimp, I got iodine poisoning. Oh. That's crazy, bro. Like, that's so sick. I mean, it's, of course,
right now, that's 3
somebody don't like
right
Pimp C over here.
I don't like Pimp C.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I went through my time of jamming, some UGK, a lot of Texas rappers. Yeah. So it was definitely, hard time whenever he passed. I knew a lot of people who were like, damn.
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was really, really tough. I think when he died, that changed Texas rap.
Oh yeah, for sure it did.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it slowed down after he passed.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah, it did. There was an interview that Paul Wall did a while back, of course, and they were saying, of course, with his beef with Comedian there, and they were like, well, what made you stop that beef? He's like, when I think it was one of the last songs, it wasn't probably the last song, but it was one of the last songs that Pimp C did. He pretty much said stop beefing with him. Of course.
That knocking doors down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He talked about all the beef.
Yeah, all of
them.
Zero. Yeah. And Lil Flip, T.I.
Yep.
Lil Flip got murdered.
I still think he held his own, bro.
Hell nah.
Man, come on.
I got 99 problems, Lil Flip ain't what? Shit.
So, okay, what about Ludacris, T.I.?
Ludacris. So stay the T.I.P. So stay on the T. What is that?
Stay off the T.I.P. of my dick.
Well, he killed that.
He did, bro. Just that bar right there, killed it. He talks about, man, you worth $100,000, man. I'm worth millions. That shit's dope. Anyways,
you done? No, you done with your list?
Oh yeah.
Nah, I got 3 for 3 right now. They're gonna come to me. They're gonna come to me.
But yeah, man. I mean, I think when Pimp C died, that kind of changed the game for everybody's eyes. And then after that, it kind of changed the whole outcome of Houston rap. That was almost like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna say it died because Bun B came with probably one of the best albums that ever came out of the South with Trill.
Trill, yeah.
And that was after Pimp C. That actually was for Pimp C. You know, he kind of dedicated that album to Pimp C. But then, of course, you know, everything that everybody did, it kind of, you know, it just changed it because, you know, when I grew up on Houston rap, it was all about North Side, South Side, you know. It was all about red and blue. It was all about, you know, Screw and Swisher House, you know, and I mean, man, we can keep going on, you know. I mean, that's a whole nother segment, you know.
Yep, exactly. For sure.
It is, man. So, but yeah, man, going right into it, man. Bone Thugs, 3 6. It was hard to kind of judge how to kind of come up with this outcome of who's the better of the.
Well, the reason why we came up with this though is because they were actually supposed to do a Bone Thugs versus 3 6 versus.
They actually, you know,
and it's not gonna happen.
And that's another thing. They said it. You know, DJ Paul came out and said it wasn't supposed to be versus. It's supposed to be just an Instagram.
Oh well, yeah,
kind
it
of
was.
video. Yeah,
it was because they were gonna do it like on a Thursday or some shit. That's where this shirt came from. They put it out and I was like, yo, I need that shirt, so I fucking bought it. Fucking was waiting for the thing, and then they announced that it was gonna be through verses, and I was like, damn, hell yeah. And now it hasn't fucking happened. So I was waiting, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna get some drink.
That would have been. I think that would have been the great. I think that would have been the greatest versus.
I don't know. That Redman and Method Man one was pretty fucking dope.
But I mean, could you really do I mean, like I know it's done already, but man,
they've never
beefed. Boys. Yeah, they never beefed or anything like that. But I mean, just like
I'm not saying that matters.
Just like Lil Romeo and fucking.
it's little Bow Wow and Soulja Boy.
Well, yeah, now, but they were talking about Lil Bow Wow and Romeo.
Yeah,
like come on, bro. I mean, because they did kind of beef. Childish beef back then. Anyway,
they're like 12
exactly. But yeah, it was hard to kind of, you know, find out, you know, and compare the two. And of course, you know, I was looking into it and they said Swiss Beats is the one that kind of made it all fall apart.
Yeah.
I really don't know exactly how that was.
We'll get the answers because Smooth Vega interviewed Crazy Bone today, I believe.
Oh, there you go, man. So wait till we get it. Wait till we get a hold of.
You ain't got the answer, Sway.
But just real quick, man, I'm gonna kind of go through each of them, and I did my research on both of them, man. And I'm gonna tell you, man.
Hold on, are we doing like numbers wise? Cause
we are gonna do numbers just because I don't really know exactly how to kind of compare them either way, because without throwing numbers out there, I mean, it's all opinion based. You know, so it's all about what you like. So, of course, the numbers are going to be a landslide.
For who?
For you know who.
Let's see.
You know,
the group that's tattooed on my leg, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. I'm going to throw out there, man. Okay, we're going to start off with we're going to start off with Bone.
No, start off with 3 6.
All right, we'll start off with 3 6. All right, we're going to start with 3 6. Of course, they're coming in. They have 5.5 million, you know, million albums sold worldwide. 5.5. That's really not.
That's with all their records.
That's sold. All the records sold.
Damn.
They only had 2 of them go platinum. That's When the Smoke Clears and Most Known Unknown. And they had 3 go gold. That's Chapter 2 World Domination, The Unbreakables, and Crazy in the Last Days.
I think with The Unbreakables definitely should have went platinum.
It should have been
Most
platinum.
Known Unknown.
Now this is all off Wiki, so who knows. They have 3 awards. They have the 2006 Academy Award. Of course, that's their highlight. Well, I would say highlight award wise. They have 2008 an AMA, American Music Award, and then they got 2012. They were inducted into the Memphis Music Hall of Fame. Bone Thugs is not in the Hall of Fame. I don't think.
They're in the Rock and Roll.
They're in the Rock and Roll.
That's bigger than Memphis, dog. We ain't talking about city-wise.
That's
and they up there with like Metallica and shit like that. Come on now.
We'll get to Bone. We'll get to Bone. It's kind of
the list goes on.
It's kind of be making me upset because I grew up on both and I love 3 6 and when I did this research I was like, oh damn!
I told you not to do the research.
They were also nominated for 6 other awards. Of course, they were just nominations. Now going right into Bone Thugs and Harmony. Now, of course, 3 6 Mafia. Up to, I don't know, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, a couple years ago, they were still putting out albums.
Nah, it's been longer than that.
Oh, well, I guess
because they
work-wise. I mean, as far as like who they've been working with, producing wise, things like this.
Well, because for a minute they've been
I know they worked
out of
with
group.
Yeah, I'm talking about as far as like staying work wise, like music wise. I mean, I don't know what Bone Thugs is doing. I know Crazy's still doing shows, but I know 3-6 Mafia. They teamed up with some new groups.
Putting music out?
Yeah, well, they weren't putting music. They were pretty much producing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the
like,
last actual
that
3-6 Mafia shit was in 2008.
And that was the
Last to Walk.
I thought they did something after.
Well, they did the Mafia 6, but that's 3-6.
Well, that was after. I think that was after Lord Infamous, right?
No, that was whenever he was alive.
He passed away during that time. Okay,
but that's not the 3-6 thing. That's just
right. And we went through all that already.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bone Thugs, man. The accolades are absolutely fucking crazy. Creeping on the Come Up, East 99 Eternal, and Art of War all went 4 times platinum.
You can go ahead and stop right
now. Resurrection, the Collection Volume 1, and the Greatest Hits album all went platinum. And Strength and Loyalty, which I have no idea why that shit went gold, but it went gold.
And that was actually a good album. That was actually
gold wise, I mean, there's a lot of albums that 3-6 put out that was better than that, and that shit didn't go gold. I think it went gold just based off the name itself.
Nah.
Bone Thugs.
Absolutely. It's because it had that. Absolutely. It's because it had that. I Tried with Akon.
Yeah. Well, okay, maybe that one song helped it push it over because that shit.
No, that shit was... They got a Flow Motion on there. That shit goes hard.
2 songs.
Come on, son. That's more than that.
2 songs on the whole album.
Wildin'.
And then the Collection Volume 2, which I mean, I don't know if you could actually count Greatest Hits and Collections because they're all pretty much the same songs.
I mean, if 3-6 you would have named it. So keep going.
Yeah.
Collections 1 had that POD on it.
It did. Let's get POD.
Yeah, exactly.
They have a 1998 AMA, 2007 AMA. They have a 1997 Grammy, 97 Soul Train Awards, and they were nominated for 12 other nominations.
And they're also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And I didn't say, but probably one of the most important was they sold over 50 million records worldwide. That blows out the 5.5 that 3-6 Mafia did. But of course, Bone Thugs, man. I mean, they were up there. Like I said, I think they broke Beatles record. Most records.
East 1999.
But the one thing that kind of blows me away with all of it, man, is you would think like after all these accolades and all that this last category, or not, I guess category, just fun fact, I guess, is Bone Thugs' net worth as a whole is only $10 million.
Yeah, it's because they got fucked in there.
By Ruthless, by
Tamara, right?
Tamara, right? Yeah. But 3-6 is only they're worth $20 million. So
yeah, it's because they're smart though. It's because every time somebody samples like their songs and shit,
and that's what I was talking about. They're going through a lawsuit with I forgot what these guys' names are. They long-haired
Suicide Boys.
Well,
what's crazy is they're going through that, but I think they're also like they really fuck with them a lot. So it's like, hey, you're using our beats, but you're sampling our beats, but we're still gonna go ahead and fuck with y'all.
Yeah, they did a whole album or what? I mean, they like did an album or whatever, and then I guess I don't know. I have my
let's keep it to the top. Let's keep it to the top.
No, I have my opinions about 3-6 as far as like how they made their money and the relationships they kind of burned, I guess, or why a lot of members kind of left 3-6 Mafia, and it was because they felt cheated. They felt, this way and that way. And who knows? I'm not there. I'm not in the room when all this shit's going down. But DJ and Paul Juicy J, they do take a lot of rap for what happens and what has happened with 3-6 Mafia members leaving. But with that being said, man, that's pretty much all I could really come up with, is especially because I didn't want to kind of get into it as far as a
numbers.
Well, no, opinion based, because of course opinions is all going to be opinions. Yep. It depends on whatever you felt how you grew up, what you grew up on. Of course, I know you grew up on Bone Thugs,
Heavy.
so you're heavy on Bone Thugs.
That's why I got them tattooed on my leg.
There you go. If he grew up on 3-6, he'll have 3-6 tatted all over him. But he didn't. He grew up with Bone. So that's why I was trying to get away from the opinion based kind of thing, because, and of course, it's still going to come down to that.
Well, see, it's not even about that. It's like, of course, Bone Thugs is number one for me. To me, they're the greatest rap group of all time. And I was speaking to Smooth Vega earlier today, and he actually said Bone Thugs is the greatest rap group of all time. But 3-6 Mafia, to me, is literally right behind them. I mean, people might be saying I'm crazy because, oh, well, what about Wu-Tang? What about Wu-Tang? It's like, yeah, Wu-Tang's good, but to me, their first album's their only, great album. Other than that, like, the other albums, they're good, but they're not as great.
Do you think, I was thinking about this also, like, do you think that has to do with, the creative minds behind the albums, as far as like how it goes? Because lyrically, Wu-Tang, man, they're up there. Lyrically.
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, you got Raekwon, right. You got Ghostface Killer, you got Inspector Deck.
And that's what I'm saying, like, why aren't they up there? Why aren't they up there? I mean, why aren't they in the talk of the greatest?
It all depends. It all depends who you talk to.
Right.
I mean, because, like I said, an East Coast dude would be like, yo, Wu-Tang's the fucking hardest group ever.
Right.
But if you think about it, Cleveland's literally like not too far from New York.
And I mean, again, and this is why it's so hard to do the, try to not make it opinion based, because, talking to people, me and you did a show with Crazy Bone,
mm-hmm.
and when I tell people about, the people I've done whenever I did my little rapping thing, that we did open up for Crazy Bone, and they're like, who? They don't know who that is. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. And it's crazy because, like, in our generation, it's like, Bones is
Well, what's crazy is I was working in Georgetown. This was whenever all that thing happened. I think you weren't working, or you might have been working with Atmos already. You're probably reading media.
Not in Georgetown?
Oh, no. You were, yeah.
I was located.
Anyways, this dude told me that Bone Thugs was the first mumble rappers. I literally wanted to slap the shit out of him. That's like disrespect.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now it sounded like mumble to us because our brains couldn't comprehend what the hell they were saying. But you can break it down and slow down, and you can see that they're not mumbling shit. Like, they're actually saying full words and everything.
Yeah.
So
they just talk fast.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
I mean, depending on what side of town you're in and what time of day it is, them motherfuckers talk fast too.
Oh yeah.
But that's because I'm so.
But yeah, like I said, man, it's kind of hard to kind of judge it. Based off that. Because number-wise, of course, you can see, man, Bone Thugs, is incredibly successful.
But see, that's why I don't like going with the whole numbers thing. Right. Just because, like I said, I gave you an example today. Like, we could say Eminem and Drake. Like, Drake might have sold more records than Eminem, which I don't think that's true, but Eminem's obviously the better rapper.
Yeah,
so it really doesn't matter. Like, I guess it all just depends, like you said, on. That's why I say fuck the number thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck whoever sold this many albums or whatever. It's literally like, to me, like, I tell people, like, yo, why are you listening to beats whenever you're listening to music? Like, you got to listen to words.
Yeah.
And you know me, like, I literally listen to words. Of course, if the beat's catchy, it's automatic no matter what, but I'm the type of person to where I listen to beats. I would listen to the same song over and over and over and over and over again just so I could break it down. Just so I could be like, bar for bar. But I don't know if that's the rapper in me, quote unquote. I mean, but that's how I've been for years.
It's the music lover in you. It's the art of it in you. Anybody can make a beat, and that, I mean, like we talked about this before. Producers are what makes music right now. They're the ones who are selling these records. It's the beats, the producers. Anybody can go on there and kind of just repeat the words over and over and over and over again, make a catchy ass hook.
Yeah, because nowadays it's all about the catchy beat.
Absolutely,
exactly.
It's the beat, man. It's all about the producers, man, and I think that's what kind of hurts it. But getting back to the topic, like, again, I really couldn't decide really without actually being without actually being.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, man, because
without being biased as far as because like I said, I grew up with both. I love both. I listen to 3-6 Mafia more only because that they, as far as
it's a South
stable.
Thing, I guess.
Well, yeah, kind of.
Even though I was born in Texas.
More, I think it was more of a statement because it's hard to think about 3 6 Mafia and not think about Project Pat and not think about the other things. And that's the thing. That's some of the stuff that I grew up on is listening to all the Project Pat and
Blunt to my
man, them and some great albums that he put out. So and then you kind of go into like I wasn't really a fan of like the Mo Thugs albums. Like there were some songs on there, but they weren't really great as far as for me to kind of help. And I mean, and I think that's why I kind of lean a little bit more towards 3 6 because almost everything they put out was banging.
Let me ask you this. We'll get back to you, Ben, because you were saying something.
Mm-hmm.
But so let's just say this: DJ Paul and Juicy J are the main two guys in 3 6.
I would throw Lord Infamous.
But we're talking
right
about,
now.
We're talking about them two. Let me.
All right.
So, okay, and we'll say Crazy Bone and Busy Bone are the main two guys in Bone Thugs. I'm just saying
I'd
that.
say Lazy.
Hold up, son. Hold up.
All right,
I'm just saying, just them four. Out of them four, you got Busy Bone and Crazy Bone, DJ Paul and Juicy J.
Mm-hmm.
If you were on an island and they were like, pick the best solo albums to listen to, for a year, whose are you picking?
There's only one I would pick, and it's Crazy Bone. Busy Bones out.
Case done.
But I mean,
because
see,
I ain't done. Because DJ Paul's, what was it? King of the Underground, like.
Yeah.
Was it
and
good?
then
Was
Chronicles
it
of the Juice Man
Was it good?
and all that. No, of course
Exactly.
not. But see,
Case done.
hold up, bro. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that a lot of people miss, is I'm never gonna compare Bone Thugs and 3 6 lyrically. Because 3 6 is not even on that level at all. Maybe the only one that probably was even close was Lord Infamous.
Oh yeah.
And I still think he's better than a couple of them guys.
Oh, he's definitely the best one in the group.
Yeah, absolutely. And but on the flip side, 3 6 produced almost everything that they ever put out. Bone didn't. So yes, lyrically wise, Bone is great. It was probably the greatest group ever because the way they did it. All the music wise, coming out with beats and chopping them up and producing, dude, you can't knock 3 6 because they made
anybody that makes their beats is, something to be fucked with. Like you can't overlook that shit.
And that's why I think it's so hard because if you go by numbers, you go by base. Yeah, Bone Thugs, they pretty much, if you want to really look at it, they fell off. They're not here. 3 6. They could. I feel like 3 6 right now. They can come kind of jump back in it.
They got a show in Corpus Christi in July.
Oh, 3 6?
Yeah.
Really?
Or in June, one of the two.
Yeah, I might
Let's go.
Do a show over there.
Okay, so you say you're undecided?
I mean, I'm undecided, but if I'm gonna go with my heart, my gut, and my instinct, man, I gotta go 3 6.
That's right. Because he told me another.
No, I would say it's hard because, like I said, Bone. If you listen to Bone album after album, the songs they resonate me. I remember my childhood listening to Bone. 3 6 is more of my teenage years, just because. I guess the more popular of it was Bone Thugs when I was younger, and then when it kind of got a little bit older, 3 6 was the more popular. So I kind of stuck with what was popular. But now I go back and, like we talked on this last episode, a lot of my favorite songs were the times when I actually wasn't even listening to them. I was actually listening to Bone.
Yeah.
So, but I guess, like I said, man, it's hard. But I got to go 3 6.
3 6.
Ben?
Yeah.
You said it was a tie for you, but...
I mean, I guess...
Maybe you'll lean towards Bone.
maybe. But individually, I guess we're kind of going off of opinions. I went through a phase too, jamming some Bone Thugs, growing up, listening, just chill, I guess, and the mood, I guess.
Yeah.
The mood and how you're feeling that day or what you got going on, So I remember jamming, sitting back, just relaxing, jamming some Look Into My Eyes, just, and it sets the tone right there.
Yep.
But, I also remember, chilling with a group of friends, jamming some 3 6, kind of like I said, exactly like I said in the earlier it hyped me up, So I guess it's just how I feel. If I need to hype up, I'll throw some 3 6 on. If I'm chilling, I just want to relax, I'll jam some Bone Thugs, So if I had to pick, I'd probably lean towards Bone Thugs. But you know, like I said, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Like I said, it's I think it's probably one of the best. And
This is a landslide for me, though.
Landslide.
we're desperately in need of verses or whatever the fuck you want to call it, between Bone and 3-6, man, because you know, it's you can tell right now that we're pretty much stuck.
I'll say this. East 1999 is like one of the greatest albums ever in hip hop history, in my opinion. I mean, I could press play, and from the introduction on down to what is it, Double Glock or whatever, Shots to the Double Glock, like the whole album jams.
Yeah. I
think the only 3-6 album that I could play like that, maybe, is When the Smoke Clears, and probably Choices.
See, to me it's different. I mean, to me, you know, the end, I can bump from beginning to end, and it's jamming all the way through.
You said end twice, so that means it's in.
But see, like I said, man, again, it falls back into, you know, whatever your opinion is and whatever you feel.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that'll be dope if we could get anybody from Bone Thugs, anybody from 3-6 to... If we could get them to call in, like, we got this Bluetooth.
We got you, bro. Just call us in.
We'll get them to do a fucking interview, dog.
Bro.
Dog, that'll be dope as fuck.
Man,
I mean, we opened up for Crazy Bone, which I still hate to this day because that was our last show and I fucked up horribly.
It's all good. Play
us fuck up. Redeem myself.
Play us fuck up.
We gonna redeem ourselves.
But yeah, man, of course, I guess that's a stalemate, man. I mean, I guess we're going to go with whatever your opinion is. Both great albums, great artists.
We got... Creeping on a come up. Creeping on a come up, dog. Like,
I told you,
hold on. Let me say this because I mentioned this to you earlier. Bone Thugs has done songs with Eazy-E, Tupac, Notorious Big. Out of those 3 songs right there, what 3 songs could you put up against from 3-6 Mafia that could even? I would say Notorious Thugs is their top one for the legend wise. So who can you put up? I mean, because they worked with UGK, you could call them legends. I'll call them legends.
No, they are legends. Absolutely.
Yeah. So what other songs could you put up there with? I'll give you this with Notorious Thugs.
Nothing's going against them.
Exactly.
not feature wise. Not feature wise though. I mean, not feature wise. Not feature wise because I think 3-6 Mafia's their best stuff wasn't with features.
What features did they have?
I mean,
Yellow Wolf?
Nah, bro. I mean, they did shit with No Limit. They did shit with fucking
Cash Money,
MJG, Cash Money.
You talking about legends here, dog?
All them were legends in the South. You just don't listen to the South. I
remember listening to Master P. I remember listening to Cash Money.
Hey, Master P, that boy, you see his house?
That motherfucker's a natural born hustler, dog.
Bro, for real. So like again, it was all with the times, because beyond them 3, I mean, of course they did Phil Collins.
That's another legend.
Akon. I mean, cool, Phil, and that was a great song.
Fuck Akon. Them motherfuckers working with 6ix9ine. We don't talk about that.
That boy always finds the motherfucking the baddest shit.
I ain't even a hood dude, but shit, I know the streets, dog.
Yeah, no, that shit's right. But I mean, besides them, like, who else did Bone Thugs, kind of get with? Nobody. They kind of did their own thing.
I mean, if you want to think about it, like, Crazy Bone did that song with Lil Jon and Mystical.
He also did a song with Project Pat and Gangsta Boo.
That shit went hard though.
Both of them went hard.
Who had the best verse?
Which one?
Either one. Does their last name end with Bone?
See, that would go. I told you on the first episode. We weren't gonna be biased. And shit, so we have to go ahead.
Fuck that! I'm biased with Bone. Goddamn it.
On to the next segment. You know what I'm saying?
Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's why I got them tattooed on me.
All right. We did put out some TikToks and some shit on Facebook about some of these topics that we can go into next. First of all, man, we had some people kind of go through and kind of give us some input back on some of them things that we had. I'm gonna go through it, man. The first one was the top 5 point guards right now, and that's on all of the NBA. Do you? I know you say you kind of pick up on NBA a little bit here and there.
Are you watching it right now because of the playoffs?
I'm only watching it because my wife watches it.
Okay.
You know.
Oh.
I mean, I'm keeping.
Your wife likes NBA?
My wife, she's big into the basketball. My son is as well, so that's what kind of keeps.
I see you posting about your son playing games.
Yeah, so he picked up on basketball, so I need to have some interest.
So who's your team?
Team? I'll probably have to stick with the Mavs. You know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And actually, just right now, I just got it in. I just got the alert. Luka Doncic is gonna play in this pivotal.
Oh, yes?
5.
It don't matter.
Yeah,
well,
well,
motherfucking losing.
Oh, hate that Spurs. He just mad because they ain't motherfucking make the motherfucker out of the playing tournament.
That's why he got 5 rings.
Oh man, don't make me try to bring up this cowboy shit talking about nigga. How long since y'all been in the
We got that bet going, dog. We got that bet
We do,
going.
and that's why I think that's why truly like deep down inside, I think that's why you're hating. Because you don't want to see the Mavericks win before the Spurs.
I want Luka to win a fucking ring, to be honest with you.
I think he will.
That's me being straight up real.
I truly think he will. Honestly, I really, really do.
So,
Um,
so do you know the point guards like out of the NBA right now, or?
No, I couldn't. Not off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you.
there's of course there's like 30 starting point guards, and it's kind of tough to kind of go through and pick on which ones there are, but just for the sake of the list, my nephew actually put Steph Curry number 1, Luka Doncic number 2, Trae Young number 3, Ja Morant number 4, and he was split in between Ben Simmons and Damian Lillard for number 5. And he said LaMelo's on the creep up. He's coming up in a couple of years.
I put Dame over Ben.
I definitely put Dame over Ben as well,
Especially from last night's game.
I honestly, I wouldn't even put Ben Simmons in my top 5.
No,
Honestly, I wouldn't even put him in my top 10. To be dead ass honest with you, I think there's a lot of point guards that are way better than him.
yeah, because his shot ain't all there.
Right. I think he's a true. I think he plays if he's considered a point guard. I think he plays a point guard only because he can't play his true position.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
And of course you got PJ out there in West Texas.
Lamesa,
Yes.
Elwood, my hometown.
He got Luka number 1, Dame Dollar number 2,
Yeah.
Kyrie number 3, Steph number 4, and he said he can't decide against Ja Morant or Trae Young as their number 5.
That's a
Which
good list,
I
too.
agree. That I guess that would be 5A and 5B. If that was my list, just because I think both of them deserve to be in the top 5, but the other ones are just you can't like not.
I do have to put Luka number 1. I'm not a Mavericks fan, but Luka definitely is number 1. Luka deserves a ring, I don't say he deserves a ring because right now he doesn't. Well, you know what? Fuck that.
No, he does. I mean,
He's doing
the way he's playing,
I mean, through an injury, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah,
he
absolutely.
deserves. Eventually, he'll get his ring. Not before the Spurs do, so this motherfucker can pay me my money. I want that shit in all quarters, dog.
Please, man, bro. I'm gonna paint a fucking Dallas Mavericks mural on my wall.
I'll fucking wipe my ass with it. But yeah, I would definitely want to see Luka win one. I was happy whenever Dirk won one. I mean, I give respect to the people that deserve respect.
Yeah.
Dirk definitely deserves respect. Luka, for sure, fucking deserves respect. I definitely won't be upset if he wins a ring before the Spurs, and that's just me being straight up honest. But PJ's list, hell of a list. I probably agree.
It is. It's very. I mean, who is your top 5 though?
Probably the same as PJ's.
Luka, Dame Dollar, Kyrie, Steph, and Ja Morant, Trae Young. That's who he has. He has.
Yeah, I'll put Ja over Trae.
So you put Ja 5A,
Yeah.
Trae 5B.
Yeah, that's a hell of a list, right?
It is. It is fucking.
I think Trae Young's good, but the way he fucking looks for fouls and shit like that shit's annoying.
I mean, he did that. I mean, if anybody, I know you really didn't watch college basketball, but that's what he kind of did in fucking Oklahoma. He did that same shit.
That shit's annoying.
I
mean, that's like
he just kind of carried it over. So, but
that's
he's great. He's a great guy.
That's like the whole. Yeah, he's a great guy, but that's like the whole hugging thing in boxing.
Yeah,
It's like you're literally looking to hug, you're literally looking for a foul. It's like, fuck all that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fucking play basketball.
Yeah. I mean, I completely would agree with PJs as well. I mean, I guess both of them are the same. I think the only thing that my nephew he don't have Kyrie in his top 5.
You gotta put Kyrie.
Yeah, you got to put Kyrie in the top 5. I do. I still think no matter what, just because the type of shooter Steph is, you have to put him number 1.
The greatest shooter
of all time. So you got to put him number 1. Luka number 2. I'll say it'll be hard. I'll put Dame 3.
Dame Dollar.
I'll put Kyrie 4. And even though I love Ja Morant and Trae Young, and of course in the future it's gonna be their league, I'm gonna put CP3, man. Because and look, the reason why I say this, bro, the reason why I say this is because any team he goes with, he makes him an instant winner, almost immediately, like with or without him. If you look at the records, look at the numbers, and you see what he does. Now, does he win a title? No. But does he make
He
that
might
team,
this year.
But does he make that team better? Absolutely. Absolutely.
He might this year.
Because what did the Suns do last year? And everybody's talking
They
about
went 8-0 in the motherfucking bubble. In the motherfucking bubble. But they didn't go to the playoffs.
There you go. There you go. That's all that matters. There you go. If they had CP3, they probably would have. But, I mean, and I'm going to tell you, dude, CP3... I guess the leadership factor is why I put him number 5.
Yeah.
Because what he does and what he brings to each team is incredible. I mean, what he did with the Clippers, what he did with New Orleans, / OKC. You know, for those who
Charlotte?
know that happened. Yeah. Well, it wasn't Charlotte anymore, but should have stayed.
The
Charlotte.
Hornets.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, I that's who my top 5 is.
That's a good list.
It is. Of course it is. I said it.
Boy, you don't get your ass.
Ben, you want to put your input on it, or you want to go ahead and go to the next one?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I don't follow it that much, right? I can just straight up say.
He said Dame. I heard him say Dame a couple times.
Yeah.
Hey, no,
my wife, she likes Mavs, of course, but her second team would be Portland. So
Hey,
okay.
I mean,
I want Dame to win a ring, to be honest with you.
dude, you know, after
I just don't think he will.
And you know, I said it last week or the week before that Portland was going to pull it out against Denver, and it was going to be a Dame Dollar, you know, triple again. You know, one of the miracle shots. You know, the buzzer beaters.
And he did that.
And he did it twice, and they still lost. And I also said that Dame needs help.
Fuck yeah, he does.
He needs help, man. And what fucking hurts is seeing Dame Dollar on the post game completely defeated, bro, because he did everything he could, and they lost by 7
plus.
Yep.
And he broke the playoff record for 12 threes in a playoff game, dude. Like, that's crazy. And
Next
you still
week
lose by 7.
Next week I'm wearing my Dame Dollar jersey.
By 7 they lost, bro. And that to me, that's heartbreaking, because man, that dude deserves it. He deserves it. And I think Portland ain't doing him justice, man. Not getting him real help. Now they do have a team, they just don't have enough.
No.
And I, you know, and then this, of course, another conversation that can continue to go. It's in the era of the super team, so it's kind of hard, you know, because Portland, put them against, any other team from before without the super teams assembled, there'll be a problem.
Well, I don't even know, because right now they're playing Denver. They're not a super team.
But they're not a super team. But again, this is one of them things where they were assembled by draft, and they drafted really, really well.
Yeah, they did.
It's almost like.
But they don't have their star player.
They don't.
That's what's crazy.
Just imagine if they did.
Yeah.
Just imagine if they did.
I think if they would have had their star player, it would have been. I mean, not saying that it's not a competitive series right now, but I think it would have been a more competitive series with him in it, just because Dame would have been going off more. I think McCollum would have been. That's his name, right?
Yeah, CJ.
Yeah. I think he would have been going off more. I think it would have been a more competitive series.
Yeah, it definitely would.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it definitely would. But you know, it's that loyalty, man. Like, you know, would you want to stay with the loyalty of your team, or you know, do you want to kind of go and chase a ring? You know, do you want to go through these or what?
You know.
Well,
Go ahead.
go into
Yeah.
playoffs. All right. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, with that being said, man, let's go ahead and go straight into the playoffs. Currently, right now, man, there was a couple of games on. It's currently 8-15, 8-17 right now.
8-17.
Yeah, 8-17. That's crazy.
You got that.
That's crazy. 8-17 actually right now, so it's on Wednesday. So there's actually some games going down, and of course there's some 3-1 series going on as we speak.
And of course, there's a game going on tonight at 9:00 where
Yes, sir.
the what is it? The traveling team's gonna lose. I ain't gonna say their name, but they gonna lose.
And of course, being a Spurs fan, you already know who he's talking about.
Not according to my Facebook, dog. I've been getting a lot of hate on that shit, but we gonna get into that in a minute.
All right. Well, as we speak right now, man, the first game that's going on, it's in the fourth quarter. 10:35 left in the fourth. You got Philly above Wizards 108-95. They have a 3-1 lead.
Game blouses.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing, man. You know, of course, you know Davis Bertans. You know he's out 4-6 weeks. He had a grade 2 calf strain. You know that could be a problem, but again, I never saw Philly having a problem with Washington at all in the series, even with Bertans in the floor. So I think that game, I mean, it's still 10 minutes left in the game, so there's still plenty of time. Down by 13, but, you know, we'll see how that goes. The second game right now, with 6 minutes left in the third, you got the Hawks on top of the Knicks right now, 66-54. And of course, man, how do you feel about that Trae Young, you know, chant that New York fans kind of gave him? That fuck Trae Young. I mean,
that's just New York fans being New York fans.
That's true. But I mean, what do you think? What do you think Trae Young felt at that time? Like, man, I'm about to fucking kill it. We're about to knock the Knicks out, bro. I mean,
yeah, like
that's probably a motivation, you know, a motivator. You know, he's definitely gonna want to try to get out there.
Absolutely.
Well, seeing that have you ever experienced like booing or anything?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I try not to listen to it. You know, I try to tune all that out, but you know, I hear that. You know, it just makes me want to apply a little bit more pressure. Or
whenever you hear people cheering for you, is it the same thing?
Oh yeah, definitely. It works both ways, but you know,
it does. Even
it does mess with you mentally, you know.
Okay. Even with you zoned in, you still hear the crowd. You still hear all that going. Like even when you try to zone it out, trying to focus on your opponent, you still hear it. It's
yeah. It's still there, you know. But I'm just trying not to focus on it. But I do catch little things here and there, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me shot y'all motherfucker. Shut y'all. Let me knock this motherfucker out.
Yeah. Yep. And then put out, where's he at? I'm gonna show you. There you go.
Who was cheering for this motherfucker?
Exactly. So I mean, Atlanta has a chance to knock out Knicks in Madison Square Garden tonight.
It's gonna happen.
And it could. Yeah, I really think it will. Even though R.J. Barrett did guarantee that the Knicks were gonna win today, which is kind of, I don't know, man.
Did you see the memes going around with Spike Lee?
No, I didn't see that.
Whenever they were in ATL, I forgot what meme. It was somebody like compared to that motherfucker, and he was just like had his head down and shit. I was like, dog, why the fuck would you come to ATL knowing damn well like you're in an arena like around nothing but fucking Hawks fans? Like, come on, dog. Like, you're not in New York.
Though. That's Spike. Though.
Yeah, Spike. Yeah, true that.
You know, he's loyal as fuck.
Hey, shout out to Crown Royal. If y'all want to
sponsor, still trying to get that sponsorship. We still waiting. Nah,
no, it's gonna happen.
But let's go real quick, man. We'll go through it. There's already one or two series already done, and of course they came out of the East. No surprise, Milwaukee swept Miami. That's actually a surprise, honestly.
I think we called that, right?
I didn't call that sweep. Hell no. I called Milwaukee over Miami. I didn't call it in a sweep. I didn't think Miami was going to sweep. I don't think we did. We can go back and check the tapes, but I don't think we did. That was a complete shock to me. I didn't think Miami was going to get swept. I thought that at least they had a chance to win a game or so. I still thought Bucks were going to win it though. Brooklyn and Boston. I I did call it in 5, I believe.
Yeah, you did.
I did call it in 5, just because I still don't even think that if Jaylen Brown was in, I still don't think they had a chance against Brooklyn.
Fuck no. With Kyrie, Kevin Durant, and what's the other? James Harden.
James Harden. Yeah.
Them 3 together, I think the other day, like they scored combined like over 100 points. It's like, dog.
Yeah, that's nuts.
If you spell out super team, you'll spell their name.
Yeah, exactly. That's nuts, man. It's nuts.
That's why I hate the NBA.
And not only that, bro, you have I think if I might be mistaken, I think I am mistaken. Where's Jason Kidd? I know he's a sideline coach somewhere.
He's not. He's not
a head coach, but he's a coach.
He might be.
He's on another team. I think he might be. I don't know, man.
He might be with the.
No, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is the head coach of the.
He's not the head coach. Steve Nash is the head coach.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, then he's with something else. But still, man, that knowledge, even with Steve Nash, that knowledge on the bench, bro, that helps Brooklyn a lot. And it sucks, man, because I mean, that team's gonna be hard, but that's gonna be a great matchup, and they're actually gonna meet up in the next round, and that's Brooklyn and Milwaukee. That second round's already set. They're ready to go. Now we're just waiting for Philly and Washington and New York and Atlanta. Atlanta and Philly own 3-1 series lead, and they're both currently leading in Game 5 right now. So you might see an Atlanta-Philly second-round matchup. Going into the West, you have number 1 Utah, number 8 Memphis. Of course, Utah has a 3-1 lead over Memphis. No surprise there. They actually play tonight at 8:30, so the tip-off's about 7 minutes away.
So Jason Kidd is the coach. Or whatever side I'm coach with.
The Lakers. Yeah, that's right. I knew he was somewhere. I knew he was somewhere because they were talking about how he wanted to be a coach again, which I think he deserves it. Great mind, but I mean, we'll see what
happens.
Yeah. Clippers and Dallas, of course, the 4-5 matchup. It's heartbreaking, man. Of course, I'm wearing my my Mavericks fitted. I'm still going to root for them. I still pick Clippers in 6, man, being a realist. I don't think Dallas has enough, but being a diehard Mavericks fan, I'm still going to root for my team. I just see realistically that Mavericks just can't match up mentally. The mental toughness of the game that Clippers bring. And, of course, PG, man. I mean, I'm going to tell them, man, PG-13 is
stepping up. It ain't no more pandemic, P.
It ain't, man. It's not. It really isn't. He's coming with it. He's showing right now that that when Kawhi's when he's off the court, man, he's taking the reins, man, and it shows so much, and it's hard. It's hard to have 2 superstars like that. I guess you would even consider PG-13 a superstar, but he was at one point. I still think if he plays the way he is, he's definitely still a superstar. He's still tough to kind of block, especially going toward the hoop in the paint. But they're just too much, man. I think it's going to be tough for them to kind of overcome that mentally as far as the Mavericks are concerned. Doncic being banged up, nobody else
kind of stepping up.
Didn't I say the Mavericks were going to lose 4 straight? That's all right.
Yeah, you did, but who knows? Like I said, it's not like it's not like the Mavericks. It's not like the Mavericks are not getting their shots. They are getting their shots. They're just not hitting them. And that's what I told that we had that conversation before. If the Mavericks weren't getting shots and they were getting completely shut down, then yeah, I would see it. They're losing 4 straight. But they're not. They're still getting open shots. They're just not hitting them. They're not hitting them. They shot like 30% as a team in this game 4, and that hurt them. And, all it takes is, to knock down a couple of shots just in the clutch, and they're right back in it. And though I think this series is where the momentum can swing either way, but it's going to be tough to overcome the injury that Doncic has because that's the heart and soul of that Mavericks team. Without him, they have no chance.
You did say he's playing though tonight.
Yeah,
right?
he is playing.
So
yes. Currently, he is going to be playing tonight. How well is he going to play?
Exactly. With that injury, that kind of injury,
Yeah. And the head coach, Rick Carlisle, Rick Carlisle already said that he can't motion to his left. He can't turn his head to the left. And, as being a point guard, one of the top 5 point guards in the game, it's hard because he relies on that peripheral vision to play the position that he plays so well.
But he needs to get his fucking free throws up too.
Yeah, he definitely does. That definitely hurts him. But going into the next series, man, Denver and Portland. Denver number 3, Portland number 6. Of course, we kind of touched on it already. Dame Dollar kind of did whatever he could to try to help.
I think the series is over.
I truly think so too. It's tough, man. I called Portland 7, which it still could.
It definitely still could, but I think with Dame's performance last night, I think it's going to take a lot. I mean, he might come back and score 60 this next game. Who knows?
But it can't be just him.
No, exactly.
That's the thing.
I feel like especially last night's game, just him.
Yeah, I mean, he did his part. Just like Doncic. He did his part. And where's the rest of the team at? Where's that support that he needs in this pivotal series in these playoffs? You need that help. A couple of years ago, it was all about your bench depth. That's what was going to win you the championship. Of course, Spurs fans know that's what it takes. That bench. You know what I'm saying? Oh, weak ass Spurs. I can't stand the Spurs, bro. I can't stand the Spurs, bro. 5. That's all they got to say, bro.
Hey, well, whenever I used to say that we had, whenever I said that we used to have more rings, you were like, y'all ain't won one in what'd you say?
Oh, matter what I said.
Nah, you used to say that shit, and then we came and fucking won one.
Nah, they could never win back to back, and I think they went like.
We won back to back.
Nah.
Yeah, we did.
Spurs never won back to back, yo. Look it up.
Uh-oh.
Look it up.
Go ahead and keep talking, because I'm gonna prove your ass
They
wrong.
never won back to back. I'm gonna tell you. But yeah, Denver, Portland, man. It's gonna be a tough series. It's gonna be close. Dame definitely needs help. I think that's what my X factor was against Portland, or for Portland against Denver, was they need help for Dame Dollar, and it's speaking truth right now. Dame can't do it by himself. The one I want to talk about the most, and I think I'm glad it's the last one.
We didn't.
Of course y'all didn't.
Yeah,
I know y'all.
Did y'all though?
How come we went back to back? We only won one.
I was just asking.
Yeah. But hey, Dirk got one. That's all I give a shit about. I'm happy with him. They should have won in 06, but that's a whole nother conversation. They cheated him out. Refs again.
All right, we done talking about our
But man, the one series that we're gonna pretty much end this episode on is gonna be number 2 Phoenix and number 7 Los Angeles Lakers.
fucking.
All the Lakers fans talking about Lakers in 5.
I even had Tony tell me that. Oh, the Suns aren't gonna win no more.
Nah, bro, Suns. I told you.
No, he told me that whenever Lakers went up 2-1, he was like, the Suns ain't gonna win no more. I was like, oh, okay. Look at that, 3-2,
bro. The Phoenix Suns. Like I said, I'm rooting for my Mavericks, but I'm with them. If the Mavericks get eliminated,
win. We ain't gonna talk about it.
Phoenix Suns, I think are going to be the hardest team to beat. They're hungry, especially if Chris Paul. I mean, not even without Chris Paul, his knowledge off that bench will help him. But when he's on the court, man, it's crazy. His court vision is absolutely phenomenal. He helps the whole team out. That team will be very, very tough to beat. With AD out, he's gonna be out. He's actually out Game 5. He's not gonna be able. Or game.
I was about to say, they just played Game 5.
Game 5, yeah. He just played Game 5. He was out Game 5. They blew him out.
30 points.
30 point, 40 point, 50 point. And, man, the topic, and it's just a shame because it overshadowed the 30-point win that the Phoenix did, hand the Lakers. But it was the 5 minutes left in the game that
it was like almost 6 minutes.
Well, almost 6 minutes.
Whenever
man. 5 and some change.
Whenever Red, aka LeBron, went crying to the car.
LaFraud.
Whenever he went crying to the car, he gonna cry in the car.
And like I said, I don't think.
I saw more of that than what the ending game.
You know what I mean? That's just straight up.
And that's sad, man. That sucks because
he gave up on his team. Like if I was a part of that organization or anything, like I literally would go to LeBron and be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, dog, you literally showed that you don't give a fuck about this team by doing shit like that. Like, and then him spacing himself away from the team. It's like, dog, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, at that point, you could have been talking with your teammates like, yo, this is what we need to do this game. Instead of trying to fucking put it all on you and AD, like, yo, you need to fucking get your other players involved in this other shit. Like, you got all these other players that could actually be playmakers, but they're not doing shit because they're probably like, yo, you know what? Fuck this motherfucker.
I agree. I mean,
I totally agree.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what LeBron? I mean, I get it. LeBron and AD are the Lakers, but they're nothing without their supporting cast, and you see it across the league. When the star's not performing or anything like that, the rest of the team has to step up. And LeBron being the leader of the Lakers, he has to be that one that's the one that talks, the voice in the locker room that has to kind of rally the troops and help. You know, when the next man's down, he has to be that one that kind of helps that team up, and he didn't. And him, I mean, like, again, I don't remember, but I think this isn't the first time he walked out on the team. I think the last time, you know, they lost and they all left. They didn't do no handshakes or any of that thing like that. I got to do my research again, but I really truly believe that this is not the first time that LeBron James walked off the court with time left on the clock, and that's a shame, man. And you know, all these people, all these LeBron fans, or even if you're not a LeBron fan, but you still think he's the greatest of all time, what does that show you, man? Jordan never did that shit. Jordan never did. Kobe never did that shit. All these guys, man, that were great, you know, the greatest of all time players in the game, they never did any kind of shit like that where they kind of abandoned their team in the time of need. What does that say to the Lakers fans? What does that say to the city of Los Angeles? You know, what does that say to the team? I mean, I guess.
You know what's crazy is I got told that, damn, you got LeBron's name in your mouth last night and this night. And I fucking, I was looking for a GIF on Facebook and I said, here, this is for you. And it was a virtual pad.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Like, yo, if you're going to talk shit to me, be sure you come with your fucking arsenal loaded because I'm going to come for you, dog. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can't wait till Game 6. I want to see if
I hope they go out.
If Phoenix can, because I think it's in LA.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah, so it's going to be in LA. So I hope Phoenix can kind of knock it out. I don't know the status of AD. I think that
he needs
groin,
to sit out Game 6.
Honestly, I think that groin's going to sit him out for a while. I mean, think about it, man. You need that groin to be mobile. I mean, you need it. He needs it to run up and down the court. With that groin injury, man, and I think it's a re-aggravated an injury before, so that's tough, man. Yeah. That's gonna be tough to come back from. So I think that's gonna be something to watch going forward. To be honest, I mean, I'm not a mind reader. I'm not you know, anything like that. And I'm definitely not a fucking sports guru. But I'm gonna tell you, man, I think Lakers are done. I think they're done. I think I think Phoenix, man, I think they ended. I think they ended in LA. And I think you're gonna see a lot of questions come from what LeBron does. Now, of course, I think LeBron's gonna kind of hold his own. He's gonna kind of, you know, level it out a little bit, especially in the first half. They're gonna come out firing on all cylinders. He's gonna kind of do it, but in the end, I think that Lakers team is gonna fall because they just don't have enough to kind of match Phoenix and what they have to offer. So yeah, man, I think Phoenix is gonna end it in 6. What you thought?
Think so. I think so too. I hope so.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's more a hope. I think everybody's shooting for a hope. So
yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
man.
that does say a lot. You know, going back to the LeBron thing, because you know, I mean, he's kind of one of the face of the Lakers. You know,
he's the face of NBA.
Yeah, exactly. So he should be first one on the court, last one off the court.
Exactly.
Yeah. And doing something like that, you know, I don't know.
And it's tough, like I said, man. And you know, of course, all the LeBron fans are going to kind of be, and of course, I hate to call them LeBron fans, but it's what it is now. Yep. And everybody in the whole world kind of knows, you know, what it is. I actually like LeBron. I mean, you know, personally, I don't know him, but outside of the NBA, what he does in the NBA, I mean, when he acts and things, I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with him. I actually kind of like him. But what he does in the NBA, I mean, he's looking like Manu Ginobili in there, fucking flopping up and down like a fucking fish out of water.
Ginobili never flopped like
that.
Boy,
he still flopped like that.
He never flopped like that. He never flopped like that.
But he did flop.
But he never flopped like that.
And you're not saying, as a San Antonio Spurs fan, he's not saying Manu Ginobili didn't flop.
He did flop, but he never flopped like LeBron.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, Manu, all respect to Manu. Manu's a fucking beast. And of course, I know it firsthand from all the Maverick Spurs series, but or in just watching basketball in general. But LeBron fans, man, they're gonna always find that.
Well, LeBron
excuse,
did this.
Yeah, that excuse or whatever.
They're gonna try to justify it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's what it is.
Absolutely,
so,
man. And that's what I think I hate about LeBron fans, quote unquote. But before we end this episode, man, I want to kind of give you just an update real quick on the games that are in progress. Of course, Memphis and Utah don't start till 8:30. 7 after. Tip off hasn't happened yet. Mavericks and Clippers, of course, they play at 9, so that's going to be something I'm about to watch here in a minute. 3:30 left in the fourth. You got Philly up 122-105 over Washington. Of course, again, 76ers are up 3-1. And the Atlanta Hawks are up 74-64 on the Knicks. They hold a 3-1 series lead with about 11:50 left in the fourth. So, of course, by the time you hear us, this is all going to be played out. And the next time we record, we're going to be well into the second round. So, man, appreciate y'all listening, tuning in.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to our
Ben
special
coming
guest.
out.
Yeah. Real quick, man, go ahead and put out all your handles and where they can reach you at and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to give a big thanks to Ramblin Mod for having me on.
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate that. And going to it, Instagram at Bup Del Rey, Facebook Benjamin Bup Gurment. Reach me.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We'll be putting out as well. My bad. We'll be putting out fight news hopefully soon. So y'all stay tuned.
Yeah, and we'll post that as well. Like I said, Ben always has my support. I'll post them on my All Rounds Boxing page and everything.
You got my support now too, man.
Oh yeah, hey, appreciate that.
Appreciate that, man. Absolutely. Like I said, I'm not really into fight. I mean, old school fighting. But I can sit here and talk with you, man. But new school stuff, man, I'm not really too hip into it. Not saying that I don't like it. Just there's so much shit going on. But
yeah, it's definitely changed. But you know, FHG boxing gonna change your mind on that. So.
I hope so, man. I mean, like I said, I still love fighting. I still love it, and I'm definitely gonna watch you, and I'm definitely gonna catch everything that you put out.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. Brian, you got anything to go before we kind of end this episode?
If anything, me and you could go to Ben's next fight.
That's
hopefully, if I'm in town.
Yeah.
From what he told me. But if not, we
News
can catch
coming
it
soon.
But we could catch his next
stay
fight
tuned.
if it's here in Texas or whatever. We got to support him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Support the local up and coming.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And man, anytime you see us post anything or anything like that, man, give us a shout, give us a holler, tune in,
Interact with us.
Yeah, and absolutely, man, interact with us. Of course, man, this is a process. It's gonna, it's gonna drag out. It's gonna keep going, but man, if you like it, if you enjoy this podcast, I hear other people try to do podcasts and it's not really great. It doesn't really sound very, professional. We try our best, man. We try to get it, and of course, we're gonna get better as we go.
We're gonna get there.
We're gonna, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get better as we go. But yeah, man, shout out to your friends. Keep
share this shit on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pornhub, fucking
everything, bro.
Everything got there.
Every fucking thing.
They in the middle of the stroke be like, "Hey, yo, tune in to Ramblin Mob."
Yeah, bro. If somebody asks for the porn star name, go ahead and just drop random at Ramblin Mob. Yeah,
no
for
G.
sure. No G. Because we slang down here in the South. Hey, appreciate y'all. Appreciate Ben for coming in.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, thank y'all for
we
having
out.
me. Like I said, yep.
Thanks for mobbing with us.
Thank
Next
you.
time.